Hi everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV.
Hey guys.
Brought to you by HobbyLink Japan. We're in episode 181 now.
181, Sid.
That's right. You can see we got a full table. We kind of going to catch up on what we missed when we were away at the Anime Expo. And some new stuff that just came out this week. So we'll talk about previous week's stuff. We'll talk about this week's stuff. But I want to talk about something else right now, Ryan.
What do you want to talk about, Sid?
I want to talk about the children.
The children?
Specifically the orphans.
Oh.
The iron-blooded orphans. Okay, so we mentioned this in our video last week. The new Gundam anime has been announced. It's called Iron-Blooded Orphans. Those orphans have some iron blood.
No, Sid, this no one knows exactly what the show is about, or do you have an idea?
Well, they put up this synopsis on Gundam Info or Gundam.info or whatever. So look on there if you need to. I haven't actually read through it all the way yet, but I've been checking out the images that they've been releasing for the new kits. And as you can see, the main one looks to be the Barbatos.
Barbatos?
Barbatos.
That's a nice sword.
Yeah, he's looking pretty kind of medieval, don't you think?
Yeah.
English knight style.
It's quite a different design.
It's a departure, but not quite a departure. Of course, you can see the color scheme and everything else. I gotta say, maybe I'm a little more inclined to like this than I did when I first saw the Rinascita and the G-Self and stuff. I think the Barbatos
is that
more.
A mace?
I don't know what it is. It's more in line with what I feel Gundam should be. These are all October releases, by the way. The first batch will be in October. So you get the Barbatos, the HG Graze, which looks to be like, I guess, the grunt suit, similar to the Zaku. So
I like the design of the suit. I quite like the helmet.
Yeah, yeah. It's looking very sci-fi-ish, right?
So these guys are all orphans, I take it.
Well, you know, not everybody's an orphan. Because if everybody's an orphan, there'd be no population. Right? But this is the high mobility commander type of the Graze. Similar to what we've seen in previous animes, you know, you have the commander type. It's got the fin on the top of it. It's going to come with extra stuff. Be a little quicker. It's going to be interesting to see, you know, what role it plays in the anime, of course. It'll last a little longer before it gets shut down.
Is it me, or is it starting to look a little bit like the Kotobukiya?
That's what I thought too. I thought like Super Robot Wars and things like that. They're also going to release an option parts set that comes with what they call a mobile worker. Might be walker, actually. But I think that thing's kind of meant to move around and fire off like a gun cannon would.
It's like a pet.
it's going to follow him around.
It's going to follow him around.
Well, that's the next stage, is like pets for your Gundams. All right, now in November, this is intriguing to me because it's a 1/100 Gundam Barbatos, but they do not state that it's a master grade, and they do not state that it's an RE100. So what exactly are we looking at with this kit?
Is that an inner frame?
We can see that it is going to have the inner frame. They've been posting lots of pictures of that frame. It looks like it's going to go together very similarly to master grade kits, I would imagine. But they're not listing it as a master grade kit. And when you look at the price, I think it's only like just over 2,000 yen. That kind of doesn't fall in with the master grade price range. So it looks like...
what is it?
I don't know what I'm
like
looking
an
at.
HG?
Is it like a new technology? Is it, you know, just less parts, but you're still building a frame?
But this is a November release.
It's a November release, so I imagine we're going to see this quite a bit more in the September model show. And then in November, the Gunpla Expo, like this might be the big thing. So we'll be looking at that. We'll try and get all the details we can at the Gundam Expo. So there you go. There's some iron-blooded orphans that need your love and attention. All the stuff's coming this winter, October, November.
And the show,
December.
someone told me, is in September?
Yeah, I think that's when it starts.
So you should be able to start watching it and have your kit.
That's right.
Your cake.
Have your cake and watch it too?
Yeah.
Okay. We got stuff to show.
Yes,
like I said, I want you to go first because you were so excited when the Y-Wing showed up.
Yeah, very underrated aircraft.
I agree.
In the animated
all the
series.
love,
but actually, if you ever played the games, the X-Wing games, I think it was end of the 90s, you could play the LucasArts games, and you could actually play the Y-Wing and the A-Wing and the X-Wing, and actually this is a fantastic aircraft.
Yeah.
Spaceship.
In the game.
In the game.
Okay.
But yeah, let me pop this open and let's have a look inside.
Sure.
So yeah, here we have the 1/72nd scale Y-Wing Starfighter, BTL-A4 Y-Wing Attack Starfighter. Now, in the game I played, it was kind of more like a bomber.
Yeah.
You know, it had more torpedoes.
It was slower.
And slower, but they had good shields, from what I remember, compared to, say, the A-Wing or the Y-Wing.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, I was actually kind of blown away, firstly by just the amount of runners, but also just the amount of detail. I don't know if you can get that, but just the good thing is, though, unlike fine molds. Fine molds, you'd have to stick on every individual little piece to get that effect, but this is kind of done for you. Once again, I'd probably just put a wash over it to get that detail. But as you can see, cockpit. Actually, the thing I'm kind of intrigued by is the base that you attach it to. I assume that's the the Death Star on the final run, but it's actually slightly different from the X-wing
previous ones. Well, you can see it says SWB6, so it's the base number 6. So I guess there's 5 different ones prior to that, or we're going to see them. So it's interesting to me, like they're all the same scale, or they're from the same universe, but each kit is pretty much different. Like the Snowspeeder is not like the Y-wing.
No, it's actually it's actually very different. And what I'm really sorry, let me pull this one out. What I'm very happy to see is it's not a decal.
Yeah.
It's actually
they got the yellow parts on there. Nice.
Because, as you know, putting decals on a curved surface is pretty hard. There are, though, and you'll need to be very careful, a lot of little skinny pieces. I think we've all made the mistake of using our nippers to cut these by mistake.
Whoops.
Or bend them
That was part of the part.
or bend them while, doing what you're doing. There are a couple of clear parts here, just for the laser beams.
Star Wars Effect 1.
Yes. And then, just a couple more runners there. But as you can see, when I pile this all up, you have a stack of plastic.
A ton of stuff.
As per usual, you do have 2 different versions of the sticker sheet, stickers and decals, or decals as I prefer. So pop open the manual.
Keep it busy.
Yeah, so actually a very detailed kit. I'm kind of really surprised. Oh, this is a slightly different. Whoa, this one actually folds out.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's quite
I can't get that in the shot.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, actually, I don't think we really need to show it. I think people have a pretty good idea.
I wonder if I wonder if they're gonna do that from now on.
Oh, the big fold out.
Yeah.
I prefer the flip book because it's easier to put on my desk.
Exactly. We have smaller spaces to work with.
Yeah, I don't really. But I'll build it and then we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks like a pretty straightforward build. A lot of the details done for you. But yeah.
It's gonna be sweet.
Y-wing Starfighter.
All right.
Underrated.
More Plamo Star Wars canon.
Yeah, and actually for what you get, for the price, it's actually very reasonable. Surprising.
It's awesome.
Yeah. That's it.
Awesome. Okay, well, I gotta move some stuff out of the way because I want to talk about the newest kit that came out. Now, the Revive RX-78-2 Revive. When this kit came out, there's a big push about kind of reintroducing the old Gundam kits and the new lines and stuff, and they even gave us this promo material here. You can see I've got the Revive magazine. I'll show you this in a second. You can see we got a poster showing the Revive stuff.
One poster, I'm afraid. We can't give it away.
Yeah, well, maybe we can.
Maybe. Did we get more?
Let's work on that.
Oh, okay.
So, we'll flip through this in a second, and I want to show you this in detail because actually I got one right here.
Oh.
Yeah. Of course, it doesn't take long to put together. So I slapped this guy together. I put some panel lines on here. And this is technically what I think they call the version 35, the 35th. He's right here. He comes with his weapons. We'll talk about these in a minute. But people are kind of want to know, like, what's the difference between the version G35 or Revive, what they call it? And what's the difference between the older ones, like the G30 version and stuff like that?
You did something similar for the gun cannon.
I did, and I've actually brought along some friends here who are going to help me talk about the differences. It's the G30.
7-Eleven.
You know, I have these G30 Gundams because I bought them at 7-Eleven some time ago. So we are going to do a little bit of a quick comparison between the G30 versions of the RX-78-2 and the G35 versions of the RX-78-2. So let me get set up here. All right, so I've enlisted the help of some friends to talk about the newest RX-78-2 here. So I've got the 7-Eleven version GFT version 30th RX-72 and also the version G30th 7-Eleven Gold version. These are the same kit, by the way. It's just that they come in different colors. So actually being the same kit, I'm going to move this guy off the side here. You can just kind of take a break, buddy. And we'll talk about these guys because I think this color kit will make it easy to see the differences. First of all, you can see I've panel lined this guy So if you look, the best example is the leg here. You can see all the panel lines that you can get on the old G30th. Well, they've kind of gone back to the old school, the original on the 35, the Revive. You can see that you're getting this one line down the center here, and that is pretty much it. You're not having to panel line a lot of detail in here. In here, on the manual, it shows it's as gray, but they don't have an extra part for that, so you'll need to take a Gundam marker if you want it to be gray. Looking at the frame here, you can see that it's basically just 3 parts, very simple, not a lot of like extra detail in there, whereas it looks like on this kit they've gone to great lengths in this mold to make it look like kind of different metal mechanisms in there. So in a way, like it's a kind of a step back when it comes to extra detail, but I think that they were really more focused on articulation and proportion. So you can see that here's the biggest difference, I'll tell you right now, with these kits. Now I'm going to pop this guy's arm off. Most HG kits recently, and for a while before that probably, when you were building the torso, you have this polycap that will kind of move out this way. This allows the arm to move towards the front when it's holding its gun or its beam saber or its shield. So you get a little bit of articulation this way, not so much going upwards, not a lot. Well, they use the same polycap on the newest Gundam, but instead of going forward, it goes up, and it goes up quite a bit. So that is why they're able to show you in the promotional material that kind of movement. You're not going to get that kind of movement out of this guy. This guy will go forward a bit. This guy will go forward just a little bit, but check out just how by replacing the position of that polycap, they got that much more articulation out of it. So that is important, I think, because what they want you to do, and I've got my little beam rifle here, is they want you to kind of recreate that famous pose, here we go, from the anime, right, where he's shooting up into the sky, he's looking up there. That's kind of the famous pose, and you're not really able to do that so well with these kits. And the next thing, we'll talk about the legs. Just like the Revived gun cannon, they give you kind of a little mini frame in there. You sandwich the parts on, but you can see this guy. He goes to here. That's quite a bit of articulation. I can't really complain about that. But this guy, look what he can do. Like. That's some like bone-breaking flexibility. It's gonna tear his quadricep or something with that one. Like that is a lot of movement. Now you get a fair bit down here at the ankle, but not anywhere near as much as the leg. But you will be able to get him down onto one knee if you like. He can shoot off his gun, giggity. Like so. He will lean a little bit, but there we go. You can get those kind of poses with it too. Of course, on the box art and everything else, they have him on a stand, so he's doing like these really crazy leaps and stuff, right? And he's able to do that no problem on this, thanks to that great articulation. Here he's bow down, RX-78-2. I should also mention that in here, the way they've designed the polycap, just like the gun cannon, is it can bend this way too, quite a bit. So. He can bend backwards, he can bend forward, there he is. You do get one sticker in here, and that's it. Like, when it comes to stickers, I should mention the eyes actually. When it comes to stickers, you get basically one for the center here, and the rest are all in the head. Now, you're given the choice when you build this, you're given the choice of 2 foil stickers that go on the red part in there, and then the clear eye visor on over top, so you can kind of have depth to your eyes. Or you can leave off those silver stickers, put the eye sticker onto the visor piece and put that on, and then you have like the black around the eyes, but that covers up that transparent yellow, and you get no real depth with the eyes. So I kind of went in between on that a little bit. I put the silver stickers on the back part, put on the clear eye visor, but then I took a panel line marker and I colored around the eyes with black, so the eyes appear to have some depth. Now that wasn't an option that they gave you with these kits. It was just eye sticker and that's it. You didn't have an option to try to improve the look of it. So this is similar to the real grade RX-72 in that you got a choice. You can use a certain type of sticker, or you can use 2 stickers and try to give it a little bit of depth. In this case, they just gave you the option of leaving the visor sticker off entirely. So I like that they allowed me the chance to kind of detail that up, but it's only like a small touch. Here I'm going to load this guy up with his weapons here. You can pull this panel off and you have the bazooka and it can sit in there like this, like so. You have the shield, of course. It fits on the side here. I think previous kits fit on the side, but it was only like a square attachment. This one actually has like a peg, which is round, so it seems to fit quite a bit better. I'll put you in there, bro. I'll get back to you after. I do get 2 beam sabers to go with my beam saber handles here, but I'm going to leave the handles on. And I'm just going to pose this guy. All right. There you go, G35, RX-78-2. It's the newest of the new.
You know, so every time I see the 7-Eleven, I think about you and your Slurpee experience in LA, and I cry.
I cry. I don't know how to drink that thing. It was so disappointing. So disappointing.
Might have just been late at night.
Yeah, well, we went there earlier that day and she was broken. So I just did no luck for me at that place.
No.
So there you have it. There's more, of course, of the new Revive series on the way. I actually want to show you guys this book to illustrate that. So let's put this open here. Sorry guys, can I just get you to maybe take a break for 5? Okay, so they handed out this really cool design for this. You know, you can very prominent front and center. If you look at the back, it's kind of the reverse of what you saw on the front. That's pretty cool too. And basically,
Bandai there was also a Star Wars guide that looks phenomenal.
that one's great.
We should bring it on. Actually,
we'll bring it on when you get that built. So you can see they got the first 3 of the new Revive series right there. The Freedom, which will be here next month, and a whole bunch of Japanese. But what they do is they want to talk about the best proportion. So you can see how it starts like 35 years ago, right there, and it proceeds into the 90s, through the 90s, into the 2000s, and then there's the RG, which of course is the best proportion as far as I'm concerned. But there's the new Revive, and you can see it looks
too bad.
Very simple compared to this.
Yeah.
And you know what I thought when I kind of looked at the comparison? I thought MG RX-78 version 2.0.
Okay.
Because before that you had the version Ka, you had the 1 Year War, you had the 1.5. They were like bigger, bulkier, meaner, had lots of panel lines and details on them. And when they released the 2.0 of the RX-78 it was back to this style, anime style, very plain, in a way, even cute, I can say, when you compare it to like the meaner looks. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. It's the first Gundam. Watch that first anime. It's kind of cute. Okay, and you can see it's got high movable performance. So here's the 3 poses that you can get out of your RX-78. And then of course the gun cannon. I had a lot of fun playing with the gun cannon.
Gun cannon just looks awesome. Now that's cute.
Yeah, I agree. And then it looks like the Freedom, of course, is going to be posable. It might have some balance issues with that big backpack, but they intend for you to put them on stands, right? So. And then of course you always get these that you find in the Gunpla magazines. How to build them. So if you need help building the RX-78 Revive, like you need more help than that.
This is what I like.
Yeah. Here's the catalog of HGs. There's 191 of them.
It's nuts.
So you know we've got 1, 2 pages.
I just like how you can like just see it all.
It gives you the number, the name, and the price. Right. So.
Do you have them all?
Yeah. You can circle the ones you've got. That's kind of cool. I recognize most of these. Now, of course, category Gunpla. They're talking about the different grades. We've got the newest of the new in this thing. You can tell how new this thing is. You've got the RG Red Astray. Doesn't that look amazing?
When is he coming?
August. August 15th, maybe. There's the gold. We know that one. The
shiny gold.
Shiny. We have the PG Unicorn, which is so far is the newest.
Banshee's
until 2 months from now. And then the DJ, that's the newest RE. And then, you know, the newest SD down the bottom there. So they give you the different grades and a little synopsis of what each grade is about. And then they're talking about the campaigns that are coming. They're coming, don't worry, we'll take care of you. Little weapons campaigns. And then they're talking about, you know, Gunpla Expo and Gunpla World Tour. So it's very, very cool.
Actually,
Gunpla
just
Hobby.
Talking about that accessory campaign.
Big news, Iron Blooded
Customized campaign.
Yeah.
We won't be starting at the same time as what Bandai has announced. We'll be starting on the 8th of August. So that's
that
just
gives
a
us
heads
time
up,
to get all the
guys.
stuff in.
Just
so
a heads up.
Organize it.
Yeah.
You know what happens when they do these campaigns, I think, with the idea that some little mom and pop shop's going to have a stack of Gundams and a stack of parts. But of course, we shipped all over the world and stuff's in this big warehouse. We got to make sure we have enough and it matches up.
It's more complicated.
It's a lot more complicated to get the automation running for that.
Keep an eye on the site. You know, we will be putting up stuff.
We'll have the announcement.
Yeah.
Okay, so that concludes the Revive, the look at the Revive. What I need to do now is talk about the...
Yeah, you did the transformation.
The wing. So that's next. All right, so here it is, the Fenice, the latest master grade. It's from the Build Fighters. A lot of people love this suit, and they love it in the anime, and now they have the kit in their hand, and they're sure to love it because there is a lot to love about it. You can see I've already transformed it into its flight mode. Let me kind of take this off here from the stand. I will talk about the stand a lot later on. You can see that you have these claws here. Now, normally these claws kind of will fit back under here when they're part of the arms, but you swing them up. They built in a mechanism where you swing them up and you kind of push them into place there and they'll stay there. And now these claws move. And they're quite cool. They're actually made of 2 parts instead of 1. So if you want to like paint this second part, you can get some like differentiation of color in there. How do you want to call it? A little 2 different tones or however you do it. I've put him into his, you know, flight mode, bird mode, just so I could show everybody that first. I'll transform him back now, but there are a couple things I want to mention that I thought were really, really cool. I'm going to pull this wing out of the way if possible and let you guys see it. The side skirts, they have this little arm here. Normally it sits inside there. When you transform it, you pop this arm out like that, and then when you transform it, it's supposed to fit right into the leg here, like so, and it will kind of like hold this open, so you can see the thruster in there. Hopefully you can see the thruster in there. So it kind of locks those into place there. It's really cool, but of course I'm transforming him, so give me a second here.
Transformation is always a very tricky thing. How's this transformation? Is this one simpler?
I find the transformation not a problem because it basically follows the same principles as the previous wing Gundams and their transformations. I didn't encounter any problems of any kind. Like, you know, it's easy enough just to put the shield on the backpack there and take it off, spin the head around. There are some things it has you do that are different. Like, normally the wings on the other wing Gundam kits are just flat. This one you actually have this option to point them up. You know, that's new, right? Open that up. So, pops in and out easy enough. Let's get this guy transformed. So here's the hands, and I'll pull this back and lock it into place here. One thing that I should mention is that that's not a polycap in here where the hand goes. It's actually a plastic piece, so you don't have to worry about having, you know, that just kind of pop off. Let me get the hands. I've got them here.
It's good that it's not as elaborate as the Macross stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because that is.
They had that one design when they made the Wing Gundam, you know, so long ago, the version cow or the TV version and everything else, and they basically kind of stuck with that, and it's worked. You know, it's not a problem here. Let me just put that in there like so. Now, the legs always are supposed to bend like 2 different directions, and I never understood the point of that because it doesn't really affect the aesthetic of the kit so much. But let me pop all this back in. Go, and they had the thrusters there on the side skirts, or sorry, the sides of the legs. When we open them up, it also has these thrusters here. You can look in there and see thrusters, and you can also just kind of hide them. You can kind of hide them. So here he is in his MS form, looking kind of badass.
Yeah.
You can see the shoulders here. They have this little section hanging down. Well, let me show you what those are for. You have these kind of capes. And they're made up of 4 parts, and they're made to close and open, like so. So all you do is just kind of clip them on. Just clip them on easy enough. They have this little connector, open and close. And then you will just pop them in until you hear the click. So he can wear his cape around town, and they open and pivot and cover him pretty well, I think, as well as these things can when you have these giant wings on. Let him stand here for a second while I talk about the weapons, because they are pretty cool. One thing I need to mention is with this unique foot design, you know, these sharp pointy feet are a little bit different than the previous wings is that it could be that you find difficulty standing him up, resting on the toes, but if he changes his foot position like this, he'll rest pretty easily that way too. So either way, he'll stand up. Here's the shield. When you go to kind of transform him, this part should slide along here if I've done it properly. It's kind of stiff, but it does slide along to cover up his head. So it will pop out easy enough. There you go. He attaches like normal. You have this little peg which will attach in there, but I've got the cape on there, so I'm not going to worry about attaching him, and it will open a little bit as well. So, you know, cool, right? I love the shields in the wing kit. This is cool because this is the rifle. Now, you guys recognize this rifle, right? That's like kind of the normal basic wing rifle. You get these 2 extra guns, and what you do is you can transform them, connect them together, join them together, and then load them up with this gun, like that. That's a big gun. That's huge. And if you like, you have this this piece, which I should have my side cutters for, but I don't, so I'm just going to rip off here. And you can actually kind of mount that in here, like so.
That's massive.
Yeah, and then of course, his hands, you'll have to swap the hands with the trigger finger. And then it has a little groove in there. Hopefully you can see it. Previous kits had this too, which actually just crams into the handle here. There's an opening there. So you don't have to worry about this part falling off. It's actually connecting it to the arm that can take some work here. So hopefully I can get this guy lined up. The thumb kind of gets in the way sometimes. Line it up, put him on. There he is. Now, this guy is meant to fly, Ryan, so I'm going to bring this stand back into the picture. This is the adapter, which you need if you want to have it in flight mode on the stand, but I have the other adapter on there. You need both for that flight mode, but only this one for the mobile suit mode. So let me just open up these guys' wings, like so. Get a cool pose going on. Might fail there, but hey, what do you know? He's gonna look down on you guys. All right.
That is a very impressive kit.
I know. I like the shroud. I wasn't sure how it would work when I saw the images, but yeah, it's pretty
that is an epic. That's an epic design.
So, it's awesome. I love my Master Grade fix, but I gotta say the thing that puts this thing over the top.
It's amazing.
The stand, like I talk about, it can do anything. Like you saw it when I had the wing on there, he's sitting on there transformed. But I need to mention that with normal action bases for Master Grades, you have one locking mechanism that can lock the arm, right? This one you've got 1, 2, 3.
So you can really extend it.
Yeah, that's what she said. So well, you can actually get the height, and once you have that height or the angle you want, it's supported. Yeah. A lot of times with the action base, especially with heavier Master Grades, you'll have it at a certain angle, but the weight, you know, it starts to droop, especially near the top, but you don't have to worry about that. So I'm wondering if, you know, Bandai is going to get a lot of love just for the stand with this kit. I'm wondering if we're looking at like Action Base 4 right here or something, because they released Action Base 3 years ago. If they do, like, it's a winner. It's a winner for your big, huge Master Grades. SID approved, Gunpla TV stamp of approval right there. There you go. That's the best part. So I'll put it over here.
Okay.
I understand you have something right now that's kind of on a base or stand.
The speeder bike.
That's right.
As we can see, it's super impressive.
Yeah, it does look
it's actually sizable, as Sid has mentioned. You can fit your 112 figures on there if you want to.
You can get your C-3PO, but C-3PO's legs probably don't bend the right way, I think.
Yeah, it might take him a while to get on here. You might have to help him on.
That's right.
But yeah, give me a sec to get set up.
All right.
So here we have the 112 Scout Trooper and speeder bike from Bandai. As everyone knows, Sid and I are super Star Wars fans.
Yes, and I'm such a fan of this particular machine.
Yes, I mean, this always blew me away when I was a kid, when they're just zipping through the forest. And like, I didn't really see the edges at that time with the CG. Yeah. Not the CG, but just the green screen.
The effects.
That they were doing at the time. I always thought that these things are just like tree magnets.
Yeah.
You know.
How they live so long going that fast here in the forest.
It's like, you guys are suicidal.
Somebody didn't think this out, did they? This will be better on Hoth.
We'll probably see a ton of these, I'm sure, in the new movies. But yeah, let's just talk about this a little bit. So this big piece here is actually undergated, so you won't have any of the what's the word? The nubs showing. I'd probably, looking at this, you probably want to do some like dry brushing or something just to bring it out a bit.
Especially on the base. Yeah,
the base. I did find that when I kind of did a top coat on the base of the ATST.
ATST, yeah.
ATST. Yeah, you want to probably dry brush it and get some dirt in there before you top coat it. Oh, sorry. What else? All of these piping here are all individual parts, so you can actually go ahead and paint them.
If you want to, even Gundam mark would probably look pretty good.
Yeah, just to like sort of get rid of that plasticky effect. What was actually really amazing is you actually have little stickers for the clasps.
Yeah.
Which is just like attention to detail.
Yeah.
The thing. And actually, sorry. Just like on the which one was it? The snow speeder.
Yeah.
These flaps here can be positioned at different angles to make it look like the guy's actually flying around, and actually also the feet here or the footrest can be positioned up or down.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is I'll actually pull this guy off, and what I want to show is like he's actually an action figure. Like he can stand up. I mean his ass is positioned a bit.
He's meant to like bend at the waist because he's bending over, but you can straighten up his entire back.
Yeah, you can. Oh yeah. Sorry, yes. And he's like totally cool, man.
Just hanging out.
He's like just chilling, waiting
just
for
got in from a ride out in the nice bush.
For some rebel scum to come whack him on the head.
That's right.
It'd be pretty hard to knock these guys out with a branch, I think, with these huge helmets. But
concussions. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they really.
They probably weren't aware of concussions at the what am I talking about? It's a galaxy long ago. Did they know about concussions? I don't know.
No. So. Like it's par for the course, getting whacked on the head.
That's right.
But yeah, he's a full size figure, which is actually...
you could like probably like get him to hang around with the stormtrooper.
Yeah,
they can
just
like
chatting, shoot in the breeze.
He can be his wingman when they go out into bars and stuff.
Complaining that his best friend was killed on the Death Star by these bloody rebels.
Yeah, that's right.
The other thing I actually really like, and I think we discussed this last time, was the base.
Yep.
And how there's actually this clear part attached to what I'd assume is a tree trunk. To really get that effect that it's actually floating. I think that is just... I mean, that's just freaking cool.
Yeah.
And he didn't hit the tree, which is awesome.
Yeah.
He's alive.
If you want to make a battle damage version, you have to make it look like he hit a tree or something.
I love these bigger scales. You know, you just see all the detail. But Sid, comments.
Yeah, we do have comments.
It's been a while.
This guy over here. Yeah, well, we've been away, and things happen. And
someone actually mentioned a month. Well, a month before the Anime Expo special.
Yeah, and when we put the video up, someone's comment was, "It's about time you put up a new video." It's like, sorry, man. Sorry to disappoint you.
I shed a tear.
Video on demand.
Yes, Alex due date.
Okay.
I can't wait for the revive of the RX-78. I've been putting off buying that kit since it had an older release, but now I don't need to hold back.
That's right. Anybody who
let the floodgates.
That's right. Anybody who is, well, on the one side, anybody who's new to Gundam within the last 5 years might not have had a release of an RX-78-2 in HG scale. So now they can. It's a new kit. They can pick it up kind of as a new item. But of course, those people who have been around longer and have built the other ones, they want to see what it's about. It's only like 1,000 yen or something. You pick it up.
And as per usual, if you want it, I'd recommend getting it now.
Yeah, that's right. Flying off the shelves.
Flying off the shelves. Next.
Yeah.
Soupy. Love the new Revive designs. I can't wait to see what suit they might do next. I'm hoping for a Dom or Zaku one. Also loving the RG Zegok. Nothing is more hardcore than a pink crab/frog mobile suit. I love the Zegok. Yeah. That's all you need to say.
Yeah. Zegok's cool. It's like one of a kind.
Yeah,
well, not quite one of a kind, but it's cool. I can understand why it's got that kind of fan base, that little niche place.
I might be out of line, but I'd love to see a PG on the Zegok.
Could you imagine like the one claw?
But can you imagine the detail in the all the anyway?
You probably like see inside where they have the visor with the one mono eye. Like you probably see right inside there.
Oh, that'd be so.
Have
sweet.
wires and the eye going like this.
Come on, Bandai.
Well, like I said, we know the next revive is the Freedom, and I think after that, the rumor is it's going to be the Mark II.
Yeah, we might see it at the Gundam Expo.
Yeah, or the model show, of course.
Or the model show.
We're only a couple months away from that.
Oh, and we're at Wonderfest.
And we're at Wonderfest this weekend. I don't know what they'll have in terms of Gundam models, probably nothing, but we're going anyway, and we're taking video, and we're going to do it.
There will be Kotobukiya, for sure.
Yeah, of course, it's going to be Kotobukiya, and of course the Bandai Collector's figures, which feature, I believe, Robot Damashi, which is Gundam and stuff like that. So.
Lotto 77. I swear one day that random number generator will pick me.
Sorry.
Sorry. So, well, at least you guys will be using US internet to upload the video.
Is this?
Okay.
We had planned to do that. Remember, 180 was before we went to Anime
yes,
Expo.
yes. Sorry,
People
yes.
thought we were going to be uploading from the show, which is what we said we would do.
The internet at the show was
expensive
and troublesome.
Yes.
The Wi-Fi. If you were in Australia, you'd have to upload a video through 2 cans connected by a string. And that's fast internet. I got a funny story because I actually have two
That's why I
buddies.
put that comment in there. I wanted to hear it.
I have 2 buddies who I game with, COD and Battlefield.
Yeah.
One's in Sydney. No, one's in Melbourne. One's in Queensland.
Okay.
And holy bleep, is their internet bleep? Like, so we do that test, that speed test.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, guys, like, when they have to download like a 30 or 40 gig game, I'm like, call me in 2 months. You know, it's just, come on, Australian government. Infrastructure.
Big fat wire you have to run down there.
Yeah, I mean that's their excuse, but
Yeah.
come on. Anyway,
Okay.
so we always have to I have to always be on their like server, sort of.
Yeah,
to
but
play,
at
and
least you got somewhat decent ping.
yeah, but from Japan to.
I know. I've played with Aussies as well.
I suffer. Let's
I
all just
played
say
with
that.
Aussies as well.
I suffer.
Lots of swearing.
Yes. Ensign Modeler. Excellent proportions for the revived gun cannon.
Indeed.
Definitely better than the original HGUC.
That's the whole point of putting out that new line. They're gonna do it over again. They're gonna do it better. It's gonna move better. It's gonna look better. So far, so good. We're 2 for 2.
Weapon Logic. Great show, guys. Looking forward to seeing the build of the DJ. Would love to know what you guys have on your RE100 wish list. I'm personally hoping that they do the Penelope, sorry, the Z, and hopefully some of the Gundam F90 variants. How cool would the RE100 Big Zam be? Is that correct?
Yeah, they would be enormous.
Love the comparison of the old gun cannon versus the new gun cannon. Very sad I missed out on the free ZH?
Z2.
Z2, sorry. But guess what?
But guess.
Who just ordered one on HLJ?
There you go. So he gets it anyway. The build of the DJ. I don't know what to say here. Like, I have it sitting at home in a box right by my desk, but we have been so busy with the Anime Expo and coming back and getting back to work and trying to catch up on the stuff that came in while we were there. The DJ still hasn't progressed. I want to do it. I hope to do it. It just might not be as timely as I had originally hoped. That's what happens.
Gives it some slack. Actually, I got to say something, which was really kind of funny at the Anime Expo.
Okay.
2 guys came up to me, they know who they are, and said, Ryan, have you finished the Falcon yet?
Yeah.
Like, no. No. Next.
No pressure, Ryan. It's your baby. Take your time.
Pressure.
Do it right.
I'm just waiting for the Bandai Falcon.
Yeah, exactly. That might be a December announcement, perhaps.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows, right?
Jeez, how do I even pronounce this? Beater Krob?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Great show, guys. Can't wait to see the Anime Expo episode.
It's up now.
I also recently made my first couple of purchases from HLJ.com. Thank you very much. And I couldn't believe how good the prices are. I found kids for. I'll be buying exclusively through HLJ from now on.
Sweet.
Can I kiss you?
No, don't do that. But we were showing people.
No
like,
tongue.
People at
No
the
tongue.
Anime.
Sorry.
People at the Anime Expo. They were coming to our booth looking for Gundams or model kits, Zoids, Macross, but they didn't realize who we were. They hadn't heard of us before.
Well, we had some problems with our graphics.
But the thing is, they'd never heard of us as HLJ, as an internet store before. And Ryan pulls up the iPad. Well, have you seen this? Boo, boo, boo. He's going through the search, showing them the huge catalog we have and what they're looking for.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, 50,000 items or more, and they're like, "Wow, you have that." And then they see oh wow, look at the price. We're like, "Yeah, here's 10% coupon." Come
yeah,
check
there
us
is
out.
shipping, but I think it's offset by the pricing.
Well, unless you live in Japan, you're gonna have to pay for shipping. It's unavoidable.
Unavoidable.
Right? So
no free shipping.
yeah,
Sorry, Sid.
yeah. Yeah.
But you have, sorry, as people can hear, I'm a bit nasally. I've
Yeah.
had some kind of allergy. But Sid, you have something special?
I do. I have first the comments. I have my comments because I have a winner. Remember, at the end of 180, we left a big cliffhanger because we said, oh, boom, we're going to give away 3 kits. Of course, the lovely ZGOC, the version Ka, which has been top coated in panel line, but it's a little dusty now, sorry. And the G Gundam, one of the best HGs to date.
I could totally see a PG of this. Can you imagine? That'd be so epic.
It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome.
Wouldn't be too expensive, would it?
Probably
I know
not.
you were like, Ryan, don't say
No.
Kshatriya. That's
well,
like...
yeah, still don't want that. It's still like $700, I claim. Yeah, this would be fun. And I could do it without a problem. But it's not a protagonist suit like a lot of the other PGs are. So there you go. There's 3 kits we're giving away in this one box. We had 400.
3 kits, 1 box.
That's a reference to something. There were 479 comments. Of course, they had like 3 weeks, so 479 comments. This was comment 405. I'm going from memory because I forgot to write it down. But it goes to Lincoln Rules. And he writes, wow, lots of comments.
You know, I was in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And I went to the
Lincoln Memorial.
Are you referring to Lincoln? Because
judging by
the
the spelling, I think it's probably Lincoln Park.
Okay.
They're kind of good. All right, so there you go, Lincoln Rules. I'll be contacting you via email, asking you for your full name and address, and sending that off to you. So I'll
Didn't
take
they
that
do
back.
a song in Mission Impossible 2?
Didn't they do lots of songs?
Yeah.
And they did the Gundam collaboration. They had their album that came with the Gundam. Yeah.
That's so quick.
The kit I want to give away, actually, you've already seen them. Because I had to bring them up for the show, I decided, you know what? I'm going to share some 7-Eleven love. So I've got the gold G30.
These are very unique. I mean, overseas you'd never...
You can't get them overseas because only the cool Japanese 7-Elevens, and only like 2 of them have it. So
that's a Slurpee.
That's right. There you go. The GFT version 7-Eleven and the gold version 7-Eleven. So there's 2 kits to give away. Ryan, why don't you tell them how to enter?
Yes, go to episode 181 on our blog, HobbyLink.tv, and leave a comment, and you stand a
chance to be
reasonably good chance of being a winner.
Yeah, well, a better chance than if you didn't comment at all. So.
Yes, a better chance than getting struck by lightning or eaten by a shark.
That's right.
Did you see that Australian
surfer? I saw that.
Punched a shark.
Yeah. Did you see the internet meme now? Because he's everywhere. And it's like, he's like swimming, you know, and he's like, Chuck Norris? Never heard of her. The internet's a fun place to
that
play.
was good. Yeah, when he said he punched it in the back, I'm like, respect.
Yeah. I watched the videos. It wasn't as good as the story.
No,
I want to see more action.
No.
Maybe a chokehold.
I think it all happened underwater.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all we got for this episode.
So I guess
it might run a little long once editing is done, but it's still lots of stuff to show people.
People really love when we show Gundam.
I know.
And more.
And everything.
So just a reminder, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Tumblr. Leave questions and comments. We'll do our best to get back to you.
Yep.
And yeah, just once again, we're brought to you by HobbyLink Japan, HLJ.com. Please buy from us.
Yep.
It is much appreciated.
That's right. This is the last week of August, July, and we've gotten our July releases. Which means August is like right around the corner, and August is MG Red Warrior and RG Red Frame.
Oh, and just a reminder, because this should be going up on Monday.
Yeah.
We do have a big sale on at the moment, and there is some Gundam in there, Reconquista, and some other Gundam as well.
Yeah.
And a bunch of sci-fi.
Kit's cheap.
Very cheap. So if you wanted the Reconquista kit, now is the time.
What a way to send off Reconquista, right? As the Iron-Blooded Orphans. Just a big sale. Load up on the kits. I like the kits. I thought the Reconquista kits were great. So maybe they'll have some similarities with the new Iron-Blooded Orphans kits. And some of the look is the same too. So
I'm hoping the show is a little bit darker.
No, they're orphans, Ryan. How dark is the Orphans? Except for Annie. I'm sorry. Except for Annie. Please don't make it like Annie.
His mother wasn't impregnated. It was midi-chlorians, man.
Right. So, but he still had a mother, so he's not an orphan. Except his mother got killed by the sand people.
Then he's an orphan.
Then he's an orphan, but he's
But then he like butchered everyone.
Then he kills orphans. Oh man.
Oh yeah, he's a child murderer.
He's one messed up dude.
You can't get away from that.
That's right.
You You can't get away from that.
Weren't we just
kill children? Like, where do you go from there?
Ryan, we're totally ending the show on a like we were so good up until this last bit. Cheer up, everybody! August is coming.
I mean, was it
RG
enough?
Graze.
Was it enough that he killed the emperor? I mean, does killing how many kids did he kill equal killing one emperor? I guess maybe. You know, maybe he's. Anyway, that's for the internet to debate.
That's right.
Not for us. Sorry.
Okay,
Sid.
okay, so we can stop there?
Yeah.
We'll talk about this at lunch. All right. Okay, so we'll see you guys later.
See ya.